I just want to highlight that, if we are looking, oh, sorry, Pooja, have you started recording? Yeah, okay, thanks. Um, so when we are looking at, the token which is going to be, the new token of Canada Bank, there are a lot of benefits that it will come with. Which would be push token, which would be QR, which would be, using the biometrics from the device. So it's a much superior token, when it comes to, having it, and that can protect not just one of your applications, but it will also protect, multiple applications. So that's the whole objective that, because right now I think Canada is only using it for one channel, which is XPay. But then we can bring it to the next channels, or it could be for multiple channels, where you would have a single token, and that single token will be able to be used for different applications. So let's say one application wants to use OTP, another application wants to use push, another application wants to use QR, so they can mix and match what they want. So this also gives you more flexibility of what you want customers to do. Like for example, like one of our client, a bank for corporate banking, is using QR code based, biometrics. But for retail, I think Akleda is, one of the examples where they are using it for push notification. And in their mobile app, they have actually embedded to generate the OTP and biometrics internally. So this mixing and matching will help you to, have single user, single token, right? That kind of experience, and multiple applications with a single authentication platform. So it saves a lot of, effort, support, cost, licensing fees, all those kind of things, because you have a single system which is able to support many, different types of authentication. So right now we will jump into the demo. So in the demo, I will be showing 4 things to you. And as we go along, I will explain, how it works, what it does. So the first is push-based login and push-based transaction. Now, the difference between login and transaction, we know that login is mostly, when we are getting into like a balance inquiry check and things like that. And transaction is where I'm actually, paying someone, like paying a bill or paying a transaction or adding a new beneficiary. So that's what we will look into. So let me start with the first one, which is basically the push token for the transaction. So my team, Komal, has done a good job. So she just created, these little videos for us so that I can share the screen with you well. So over here, as we are starting, so this is the example or experience of using push token. So as I'm coming in, there's a user ID or an ID that is being used. Then the user is choosing what they want. So we can automate it whether to ask or not to ask. But in this example, we are asking. And over here on the phone, you would see that a new, push has come onto the user. Now, obviously, user will click on it, and then based on the click, they will be able to see, the transaction that is, happening over here. So if you see over here, they are able to see which, device they are coming from, what time they are coming from, and then they are going ahead. Now, over here, if you see, if I was only using, a single factor versus multi-factor, a single factor would be only like a OTP or a password. But in this case, it is out of band push, then it is location. So because we are able to do geofencing also, we are able to know whether the device is correct or not, because it's a pre-registered device. It's a device which is trusted, has a key pair certificate with a certificate pinning. So this is like a simple example of multi-factor. But if you look at the experience of the user, it was very, very simple. User opened the push, opened the notification, like we get it on WhatsApp and, all these other, I would say kind of experience of push. And then when they looked at it, they were able to see the details and they were able to approve it. Now, this can work for, card not present transactions. This can work for internet banking. This can also work for mobile banking. This can work for other applications, like your merchant is making a payment, or notifications. Like, for example, you say that, Vikram, right now I am sending them SMS messages or text messages when they do a transaction or after the transaction, right? Like you pay $10 here, you pay $2 for coffee. So those automation of push notification is also what we can do for you, right? Because the system is already there, your token will get that. So, and it will also help you with marketing or security messaging. So the key advantage of push is there is no SMS, text message cost. There is no third party involved. It is directly from Canada to Apple or Canada to to Google, directly, and then it is able to work at the time of login. So now I will show you the next second one, and then we will open for the questions. So now the second one is what we call it as transactional, meaning that if I am, adding a beneficiary or doing a high value transaction, like, 10, 20, $30,000 transaction. Now over here, a simple example is I'm coming and selecting, that which source, what destination, and how much money. So in this, we have put a rule saying that, it should be high value. And then when I'm coming over here, you could see that user has pressed on push, and then you will get a push notification over here. So I will pause it over here. So as you could see that, this is just coming because of the, the device is connected on this thing. So over here, you could see the transaction details. This UI we will customize for Canada the way you want it, but it is showing what is the transaction you're doing. And then you can just swipe it saying, yes, I am doing it, or no, I'm not doing it. Yeah. So obviously user has swiped it over here to do it. And then automatically it goes to the server. And then immediately you see that within, like a fraction of a second, you're able to, I think we'll just go back. Yeah, so request is approved. So meaning as soon as you swiped it, request is approved. And the similar concept is happening over here where I have the amount, to, from, billing, and everything getting done. So we are leveraging on push notification, which is cost-free, which is more secure, which cannot be man in the middle, and it is able to give you a multi-factor experience using out of band, where all these different 4 or 5 types of, I would say, kind of authentication, mechanisms are coming into play. So we use a certificate for signing. We use, obviously, see whether it's the right device or not. Then whether it's a this thing. So, okay, I think, wait, sorry, Shraddha is joining in. Yeah. So with that, I just want to ask you a question that, based on this particular little demo, do you have any questions for push-based authentication or push-based notification for transaction or for login? Candidate? Hey, yeah, guys, any questions till now?
Yeah, hello, Naren.
Naren, any questions for you? Anything you would like to ask?
Hello, Wisna and Naren.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there any question?
Don't
Let
have now.
Mr. Vikram come. How about Naren? Hello, Naren.
No, Bong, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Vikram, please continue. Yeah.
Continue. Okay. So I'm going slow. I'm trying to explain more. So I'm happy that you're able to understand. If you have any questions, you can ask us later also. Not a problem. Yeah. Okay. So now we are going to the next one, QR code based transaction. Now, the value of QR code based, as you know that, you and me use our phone to scan the QR code, for making payments, for, on LinkedIn, if you are swiping, if you are, buying any ticket, for validation. So the QR code is used in many ways. So what we have done is that we have used the QR code for helping out with the experience where you want the user to interact with the system, because in push notification, message was coming onto your phone, right? But sometimes people say, I don't have internet, or I would like to interact, like it's in a corporate banking setup, right? So over there, you want the user to interact. So when I say interact, meaning take your phone and scan something, right? So that means I have to be in front of that computer, right? Then only I can scan it. I cannot be, far away and then, scan it, right? So it adds another layer of, I would say, authentication, where you are making sure that the device like the computer or the laptop where I'm doing the transaction, and also my security token are together. They are, in a close proximity, because I am able to scan it. That means I have to be close to the computer, right? So that's the advantage of QR code. So now in this example, it's very similar to, what we saw, but for value wise, it is totally different, because now I have to be close to my computer, right? So now I'm over here. So the same token, right, which the new Canada token will be, it will be able to support all the options. It will have push token, it will have QR code, it will have soft OTP, it will also have text messaging, meaning that if you want to initiate a text for a message to come to your phone or in an email. So all these will be available from the new token. So meaning they are not different tokens, separate tokens. They all are one single token that will be used. So if you look at this example, over here, I am doing QR code scanning. I am being shown a QR code. Now, if I was away, if I was far away, even from here, I cannot scan the QR code. So that means I have to be close to the computer to scan it. So it's a very good way of, bringing the user and the device as a security layer to be close to each other. Because OTP and any other thing, push can be elsewhere, right? So over here, I'm coming. I am, scanning. I think this, yeah. So over here, you could see that I have, come over here and I'm generating the OTP. So in this example, what I did was I scanned the transaction. I am looking at the transaction, and then it is generating a signature OTP for me, or a challenge response OTP for me, and I am putting it into the system. Now, this way, you are basically, not asking the user to type anything, but more importantly, what has happened is that it is, in this example, I will share with you that this is marked as high. Why it is marked as high is because you see that when I'm reading and inputting something, I am not telling the system what is my location, what is my device, right? Because some hacker can also, come into middle and, steal this information, right? But now in the next one, which will be shown over here, Komal, this is the one, right?
Sir,
Yeah, this one. So over here, the successful one, correct? Yeah. So over here, you will see that when I'm scanning the QR code and I'm generating the OTP, or in this way we can actually generate it. So you can scan it or you can manually key it in. So I'm keying it in over here. That's an extra feature of this. Now over here I'm coming and generating the OTP and inputting it. Komal, do we have the one where I
yes,
think we
this
were
one.
doing the swipe? Not the swipe one, right? Yeah. So over here, so the difference which you see is that if I am not swiping it over here, which you see over here, right? If you're not swiping, it is basically working like a normal token. But as we saw in the earlier example, it was able to, get the location, get the device, get the certificate, and then able to validate that. And then that validation is what we call it as multi-factor authentication. So in this example, when we saw that those location, device, and all that were marked right because the user actually swiped it. So if you come over here and look at this one, so push came, then I looked at it, I swiped it. Look at the, yeah, so I swiped it over here, and then because I swiped it, I was able to get a low risk, meaning that I was able to get these three. So in the other example, you saw that those were red, those were false, meaning that the information was not given to the Axiom server, right? So now this is the, I would say, second example, which is to use the QR code for, doing the transaction. Now, obviously, you would ask me that, Vikram, I still want to use the old OTP, or OTP way of doing it. Then, in the similar way, OTP or the old OTP style will still work, where you would have the users coming in, authenticating themselves, and then after authentication, they will be able to, come in, and they'll be able to generate the OTP. So this mobile app, we will change it for, we will upgrade, the current Canada software token app with the same UI, same theme, same experience, and we'll be able to do that. So over here, I'm selecting the app and I'm saying soft token. When I'm saying soft token, I will generate it over here on my device, as you could see over here, and then it will be input in over here, right? So, so the old way will still work, but old way will be improved because I will also have the swipe facility, where it will tell the server who am I, where's my location, what's my device, and the new way, which is push based or QR code based, they will also be coming in. Yeah. So that is one, so this is what we wanted to show you. So I will open it for questions, and then I think I will show you one more thing that we are possibly doing for Asleda also. But before that, I would like to, ask you any questions that you would have. So I'm going to continue playing one of the videos for transaction. But Canada team, any questions? Anything you would like to ask? I have one more video to show you. I cannot be that good that I have answered all the questions. So, any questions to ask?
Hello, Mr. Vikram.
Yes.
Regarding to the current soft token that when we activation and we have only 8-digit register code, right?
Yes. Yes.
Do we have another factor for the security?
So
Like a trusted device or something. This one, do we have
transfer device.
another factor?
Yeah. So in the current one is a very simple
Yeah,
OTP, right?
yeah,
So it does not have any features like what you're saying. Whether it's tagging with device, whether it's tagging with location, whether it is
yeah.
tagging with push or QR. So that is not there. That is why we want to that is the reason why we want to upgrade it, right?
Ah,
So yeah,
so
correct. So
in
mhm.
your proposed solution, this one you will include like location and device or something. This one, right?
Yeah, yes, you're right. So location, device, certificate, which is PKI based, biometrics, push notification, QR code, all these things will be added, will be introduced, right? So meaning that it will not just be OTP like a 2FA, but it will be multi-factor. It will have geo device, all these other things that are coming in. Yeah.
So
So that will be the.
all
Mhm.
device must be in register on the Axiom system, right?
Yes. So what we would do is that, Mr. Chandra, that we will use the same token, right?
Yeah,
Because few people have downloaded and using it. We will upgrade it to have all these new features, and we'll keep the package ID and the version the same. Not the version, sorry, the app the same.
yeah.
So that what will happen is that the people who have already downloaded it will be able to, just use the upgraded version, and anybody new who downloads it will be able to enjoy all the new features that we are talking about, right? So both old people and new people will get the new token, and the beautiful thing is that you can use it with in different ways, right? Push token, QR, whichever way you want it. Right now it's only OTP, correct?
Yeah.
And OTP alone is not that secure, because now hackers are able to kind of bypass the security of OTP, right? So that's one of the reasons. So, but you're right. Answer to your question is right. Device, location, all these new factors will be added into the multi-factor, so that it will become more strong. It will become more better. Yeah.
So all device must be registered on the Axiom system, right? Like the UUID or something. This one, right?
Yeah. You're right. You're right. So if you look at this diagram, right, or possibly this diagram, right.
Yeah,
So over here,
yeah,
so we will basically what we are proposing two things to Canada Bank.
yeah,
So the first is that if Canada Bank's mobile banking, right,
yeah.
we can embed the SDK, SDK inside the mobile banking, then it can work for web, XPay, other channels, and it will also work with the user, right? With the mobile banking. So that is one, I would say, feature that we are asking to add. So the value of that is it will become frictionless. Actually, Asleda is doing this. So Asleda's Tunchak app, the mobile app that they have, right? They are using it for. So I think actually I've also given the example over here. So Asleda Tunchak app and also Alliance, which is one of the big banks in Malaysia, they are embedding it inside their mobile banking. So that means they are able to give the users, security on the mobile banking, and they are able to bring the security for other channels like internet banking, and master visa payments and things like that, right? So that is the first thing that we are asking, Canadian Bank to consider. And the second thing what we are saying is that currently Canadian software token is one-on-one, meaning that one software token, one user, one application, right? So what we are saying is that it is only, it is not adding much value because only one user, one token, one application, right? So what we are saying is that we can change that for one user, one token, many applications, and many security options. So meaning that you are able to support multiple applications with different security requirement from a single token, right? So that also becomes very valuable. And if you look at one thing, Axiom has to be there because Axiom is the one which handles the user, the token, the location, the push, and all those kind of things, right? So that is why you need to have Axiom. So, Mr. Janda, that was a long answer. The short answer is yes, user has to be linked with Axiom for the system to work or for the calling application to validate and verify. Yeah.
Okay. And
Okay.
so
Uh-huh.
the soft token can allow the user log in by via biometric like face or touch or something this one,
Yes,
right?
yes, it does. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm going to show you a beautiful demo of that now because
Mm.
I wanted to introduce as a last feature. So
Yeah.
I will show you what we have done for you know. So now, please consider that I am I am a Canadian bank. I have, or whichever bank, Alliance Bank, Asleda Bank, like, and now I want to do transaction in Facebook. So as you know that Facebook has Facebook Messenger, right? So now in Facebook Messenger, I have a like a chat bot which is supported over here. So as you could see in this video, so you will see few things. Then we will go through it together. So I am coming over here. So just an example. So I'm saying welcome, and now it is saying mini account transfer, fund transfer. Now I have done fund transfer. If you see over here, it is asking, are you an existing customer? We are saying, yes, because I am. And then if you know, that means you go through the eKYC process. And then if you say yes, then it shows you the QR code, the same QR code I was talking about earlier in Facebook Messenger, real time, right? Now I am scanning the QR code onto my phone over here, as you could see. And then after that, I am, entering my ID because obviously I have to. So this could be your security token. So if it could be Canadian security token, then it would straight away work. No need to identify the user. And then user is successfully logged in, and you would see on the Facebook chat that you are able to go ahead, and it is identified yourself using biometrics as well as QR code, and now you're able to do the transaction. So transaction could be, let's say I'm paying from one account to another account, whichever way, right? Sorry, this is, yeah, I was just explaining. This is just a nightly video we have done. And now I'm coming over here. I'm selecting which account. So data is all masked. So if you see Facebook and all that, cannot see your data because it's all masked, right? So no account number, no ID, no password, no OTP, nothing is being used over here. So no social media can gather it. And then after that, you can say fund transfer. So this is an example of how we can use QR code or push in a software token for also helping in social media based transactions. Now, this is very, very unique. I don't think so many banks are doing it. What I'm showing you is very interesting and very cutting edge. So this is no, if you look at any bank right now, nobody's rolled out transactions on Facebook, transactions on WhatsApp, transactions on Telegram or Viber or WeChat, right? So with this technology or with this solution, you are able to roll it out because we are not giving any data, no data in clear text, no OTP, no PIN, no user ID also. So this is a very, very good example of how we can use QR code and biometrics to authenticate a transaction that is happening in social media. Yeah. So, uh, should I explain it again, or was it okay? Uh, Kennedy team, are you able to understand the value of it? Like how how we are able to use social media to do transactions using our security?
Yeah, I think that
Ye-
your solution is good, but in terms of
Uh-huh.
current in Cambodia, there is not yet have this solution. But as you see on the Facebook, everywhere are not secure. That's why in the Cambodia there is not yet
Not yet.
another
Yeah.
yeah, that not yet
Yeah.
implementation. This one.
Yeah. No, that's why I'm sharing with you all
Yeah,
of
that.
this, that, if 1 year down the line, if we go with that path of where, we want to do transactions in Facebook and WhatsApp and all that, then the solution is already there. It is already ready.
Yeah.
With this upgrade, we will be able to solve that problem also, So
Okay.
in this diagram, one of the channels can be then, social media, right? So let's say this channel could be, social Facebook, right? So we can also handle that part. Yeah. So meaning that using Facebook or WhatsApp or any other social media, we are able to secure that transaction also. Yeah, with the technology that I'm sharing with you. Yeah. Any questions? Uh, Anything you would like to ask me? These are the benefits that we have talked about. So I won't go into the details, but inbuilt OTP, inbuilt QR code, inbuilt MFA, inbuilt device, geofencing, push notification, which is what I shared with you. Works with iOS, Android, both. All the things. Yeah.
So all your present here, you will share to us, right?
Yeah. So what I'll do is that these demo videos that we have created for you, so
Yeah.
we will share with you. This deck I have already shared with you already, but I will just share with you the updated one, which is showing what all demo we had shown,
Yeah.
and then you can access it. Yeah.
Yes, because
So
like to
mhm.
demo or we need to summarize in detail for our management regarding to the your solution with the
Sure.
current application.
Sure.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
the current one is old now. So like we, because we are your partner, we are your vendor, so
yeah,
we want the Canada to have the best security, right? And so that is why we are proposing that the from biometrics to push to QR to multi-factor, right? This is what is happening in the market, so we have to bring all these things so that the customers also feel good, and also you also feel confident that everything is as per the latest technology in the market, right?
yeah.
So that's why we get to upgrade. Yeah. So I think we'll share with you the recording of this session, correct, and also the other videos that we have shared, and plus some data sheets also. Yeah. We will do that. And if there are any questions, please do let us know. We are more than happy to answer those, or provide more documentation to clarify. Yeah.
Yes. Hello, hello, team. Please, if have any question, please ask Mr. Vikram.
Hello, Mr. Vikram.
Yes, Mr. Dev. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try speaking.
Yes.
Yes, may I have one question regarding to the soft token?
Mm-hmm.
Like actually, currently, when the user activate the soft token, it is required the eight register code, right?
Mm.
So, beside of this security, can we have the more security like the trusted device after before the user use the eight register code, or after use the a register code the user need to like verify the captcha more or something like that to make the
Yeah.
strong secure before the user activate the soft token successfully.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. So, you're right. So, what you said is very right. That there is firstly, we want to identify if the device is good, right? So we do couple of checks in this new SDK. So whether there is any VPN installed, whether it is jailbroken, whether there are any malicious, apps that are being installed, right? Which country is the user activating? So, like for example, if you say that I only want the users to activate from within, Cambodia, right, or within ASEAN, then we can put those kind of restrictions. So those kind of restrictions will help you to mitigate anybody who is outside, or anybody who's using a rogue device, right? And the second part which you're saying, that at the time of registration we also do what we call it as biometrics authentication or registration over there. Okay. And at that time we also can put a captcha, so that we know that it is not being replayed or anything like that. So these are already there, so meaning we can make the authentication more strong, right? When the person is registering themselves, correct? So that improvement is also there, in the new version, of it. It's not just registration code, but it is more than registration code. Yeah.
Okay,
But you're right.
so
That is also part and parcel of the upgrade, the registration code itself. Whether device is good, which location they're coming from, what is allowed, what is not allowed. Then we are able to say, okay, register yourself, and then after that we are able to say, okay, here's your token that you get it. Yeah.
okay, understand.
Okay.
So at
Yeah.
the same time, can you add on this point on the benefit as well, so that we can bring
Ah,
all this point to our management?
sure, 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 sure. I think you're right. I think I haven't mentioned the registration benefits, right? So what I'll do is, I think we will just make the changes, right, to be added, and then share it with you. Yeah. So I'll add that part of registration also, and then
Yes.
share it with you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Guys, I will not take more time. Thanks to all. If you have any questions, please do let us know. And after this call, we will, share the deck with the registration, part being added, and also we'll share the video that that we have, recorded and discussed, so that you can, further take it ahead. Yeah. And then, look forward to getting this project activated.